What is up, everybody? This is Alex with the Patriot Gamer. Scooch that. Sorry. Just doing a quick update because I have something in the oven and I want to make sure I don't run the house down. Swung the Easton USA Patriot today. It was about high. It was probably about low 40s by the time I actually got to swing it. I got only like 20 some odd swings, so not a lot to go off of. Just keep that in mind. Really spongy barrel, shockingly spongy barrel. And I know that there's a whole thing about hard barrels versus soft barrels, and I don't know if I would consider myself a hard hitter, but some people would. Harder hitters benefit from harder barrels, and then people that don't hit as hard benefit from softer barrels. If you don't swing as hard, a softer barrel is going to allow you to compress the bat more than you could with a hard bat, and then a harder barrel works well with people that swing hard because then you're not over compressing. Because I think there's a point where you can over compress, and then obviously there's a point where you can under compress, and so you have to find that medium where you get the right amount of compression to get the most benefits out of the bat. I think that's the theory behind that. I think that this actually is pretty soft, especially compared to the 240s. Now, that kind of makes sense because this is a 220 bat, so it should have a bit more trampoline effect. But I've swung 220 bats over my life that haven't felt like this. Again, it could have been a one-off. Honestly, I didn't feel great swinging the bat today. Makes sense because I actually felt great playing defense today. And it always seems like I'm doing one or the other. I'm either having a great defensive day, the legs felt like they were moving better than normal, I was more or less tracking the ball better than normal, and then there's days where I just feel like I can hit anything that I want to. I have very few moments in my career where I'm like, oh, I'm locked in on both. So I'm going to give this more of an opportunity naturally as we go forward. I am impressed, despite the cold and the balls we were using, which were the same balls we used on Monday, instead of having to use the balls I normally use on Thursday, because the person that brings the balls on Thursday wasn't here. So I got to swing at harder balls, and no surface cracks. I don't see any issues when it came to that. So that's pretty cool. So from a durability standpoint, it at least survived the first 20 some odd hits. So I'm appreciative of that. But yeah, I mean, I for now, all I can say is the bat didn't feel like what I was hoping it was going to, but it's only a few swings, and it could have been an off day. Swing's great. I have to get used to that weight. It's a little bit lighter, which is great for my arm. But I did feel like there was a couple times where I was missing the barrel just because of how light it is. I'll get used to that. So that's not an issue. But that's my update for right now on the Easton USA Patriot 220 2021 Ultra Bat. Next time I might be able to swing it is probably in a couple days. So I still may not get out another video on it until maybe next week. But we'll see what happens. Depends on the weather and everything like that. It is winter after all. But I still am holding on to hope. I just wasn't what I thought today. That's all. Anyways, this is Alex with the Patriot Gamer. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, shalom.